According to the National Electrical Code, a wet location is defined as a location where water or other liquids are present in the normal course of business. While the NEC doesn't explicitly list water pump rooms, it provides guidance to determine if a location qualifies as wet. One crucial factor is whether the location is subject to saturation, meaning it's likely to experience water or liquids that could soak electrical equipment. In a water pump room, the potential for pipe breakage and subsequent flooding raises concerns about saturation. Another factor to consider is whether the location is subject to dripping or splashing water, which could also wet the electrical equipment. Water pump rooms present the possibility of dripping or splashing from pipes and equipment. Considering these factors, classifying a water pump room as a wet location is reasonable. Consequently, all electrical equipment in such rooms must be rated for wet locations, ensuring it can withstand the effects of water and other liquids. The NEC isn't always absolute, allowing for interpretation. In situations like this, caution dictates classifying the water pump room as a wet location, minimizing the risk of electrical shock or fire. Electrical equipment intended for wet locations are designed and constructed to prevent water ingress. The construction methods and materials used must prevent water from entering the enclosure and contacting electrical components. This often involves using gaskets, seals, and other protective measures. Electrical equipment listed for wet locations undergoes rigorous testing to ensure it can withstand exposure to water. These tests may include immersion tests, spray tests, and other procedures to simulate real-world conditions. Electrical equipment in wet locations must be installed properly to maintain its wet location rating. This may involve using watertight fittings, sealing conduit entries, and other installation techniques. Some examples of electrical equipment that are commonly rated for wet locations are firstly, submersible pumps, secondly, outdoor lighting fixtures, thirdly, weather-resistant receptacles, fourthly, underground wiring. Submersible pumps are designed to be immersed in water and are commonly used in applications such as pumping water from wells, removing wastewater, and geotering construction sites. Outdoor lighting fixtures are designed to withstand exposure to rain, snow, and other weather conditions. They are commonly used to illuminate walkways, parking lots, and other outdoor areas. Weather-resistant receptacles are designed to protect against moisture and corrosion. They are commonly used in outdoor outlets, such as those used for power tools or holiday lighting. Underground wiring is designed to be buried underground and is protected from moisture and physical damage. It is commonly used to supply power to buildings and other structures. When selecting electrical equipment for wet locations, it is important to consider the specific conditions of the location. This includes the amount of water that is present, the type of water, and the temperature of the water. It is also important to select equipment that is compatible with the other electrical components in the system. The National Electrical Manufacturers Association, also known as NEMA, provides standards for electrical enclosures. NEMA ratings indicate the level of protection an enclosure provides against environmental factors. For wet locations, NEMA ratings like 4 or 4X are often specified. NEMA 4 enclosures are designed to provide protection against splashing water, rain, and hose-directed water. NEMA 4X enclosures offer the same protection as NEMA 4 enclosures but are also corrosion-resistant, making them suitable for environments with corrosive chemicals or saltwater. Selecting the appropriate NEMA rating ensures that the electrical equipment is adequately protected from the specific conditions in the wet location. In addition to NEMA ratings, international protection, also known as IP, codes are also used to classify the degree of protection provided by electrical enclosures. IP codes consist of 2 digits, with the first digit indicating protection against solid objects and the second digit indicating protection against liquids. For wet locations, IP codes such as I65 or I66 are often specified. I65 enclosures are dust-tight and protected against water jets from any direction. I66 enclosures are dust-tight and protected against powerful water jets. Selecting the appropriate IP code ensures that the electrical equipment is adequately protected from the ingress of solid objects and liquids. Ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs, are an important safety device in wet locations. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shock by detecting ground faults and interrupting the circuit. Ground faults occur when electricity flows through an unintended path to ground, such as through a person's body. GFCIs can detect ground faults as small as 5 milliamps and interrupt the circuit in a fraction of a second, preventing serious injury or death. GFCIs are required by the NEC in wet locations such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. When installing electrical equipment in wet locations, it is important to follow all applicable codes and standards. This includes the NEC, as well as any local codes or regulations. Proper installation is essential to ensure the safety of people and property. Wiring methods for wet locations must be selected and installed to prevent water from entering the electrical system. This may involve using watertight conduit, sealing conduit enters, and using insulated conductors that are rated for wet locations. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted in wet locations. Conduit is a rigid or flexible tube used to protect electrical wiring. Conduit can be made of metal or non-metallic materials. When used in wet locations, conduit must be watertight and installed with watertight fittings. Sealing conduit enters involves using a sealant to prevent water from entering the conduit. This is typically done with a sealant that is specifically designed for use in electrical applications. Insulated conductors are wires that are covered with an insulating material. The insulation protects the conductors from moisture and physical damage. In wet locations, insulated conductors must be rated for wet locations. This means that the insulation must be able to withstand exposure to water without deteriorating. The NEC provides tables that specify the ampacity of conductors. Ampacity is the maximum amount of current that a conductor can carry without overheating. When selecting conductors for wet locations, it is important to consider the ampacity dilating factors that apply in wet locations. These dilating factors reduce the ampacity of the conductors to account for the fact that the conductors may be exposed to higher temperatures in wet locations. Electrical enclosures used in wet locations must be designed to protect the electrical equipment from water and other liquids. Enclosures must be made of corrosion-resistant materials and must be equipped with gaskets or seals to prevent water from entering the enclosure. The NEC specifies the types of enclosures that are permitted in wet locations. Junction boxes are enclosures used to connect or terminate electrical wiring. When used in wet locations, junction boxes must be watertight and installed with watertight fittings. The NEC specifies the types of junction boxes that are permitted in wet locations. Panel boards are enclosures used to distribute electrical power to branch circuits. When used in wet locations, panel boards must be watertight and installed in a location that is protected from water. The NEC specifies the types of panel boards that are permitted in wet locations. Transformers are electrical devices used to step up or step down voltage. When used in wet locations, transformers must be rated for wet locations and installed in a location that is protected from water. The NEC specifies the types of transformers that are permitted in wet locations. Motors are electrical devices used to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. When used in wet locations, motors must be rated for wet locations and installed in a location that is protected from water. The NEC specifies the types of motors that are permitted in wet locations. Lighting fixtures used in wet locations must be designed to withstand exposure to water and other liquids. Fixtures must be made of corrosion-resistant materials and must be equipped with gaskets or seals to prevent water from entering the fixture. The NEC specifies the types of lighting fixtures that are permitted in wet locations. Receptacles are electrical outlets used to provide power to electrical equipment. When used in wet locations, receptacles must be weather-resistant and equipped with a cover that protects the receptacle from water when it is not in use. The NEC specifies the types of receptacles that are permitted in wet locations. Switches are electrical devices used to control the flow of electricity. When used in wet locations, switches must be weather resistant and equipped with a cover that protects the switch from water when it is not in use. The NEC specifies the types of switches that are permitted in wet locations. Control panels are enclosures used to house electrical controls and instrumentation. When used in wet locations, control panels must be watertight and installed in a location that is protected from water. The NEC specifies the types of control panels that are permitted in wet locations. Heating equipment used in wet locations must be designed to withstand exposure to water and other liquids. Equipment must be made of corrosion-resistant materials and must be equipped with controls and safety devices to prevent overheating or other hazards. The NEC specifies the types of heating equipment that are permitted in wet locations. Ventilation equipment used in wet locations must be designed to withstand exposure to water and other liquids. Equipment must be made of corrosion-resistant materials and must be equipped with controls and safety devices to prevent overheating or other hazards. The NEC specifies the types of ventilation equipment that are permitted in wet locations. Fire protection equipment used in wet locations must be designed to withstand exposure to water and other liquids. Equipment must be made of corrosion-resistant materials and must be equipped with controls and safety devices to ensure proper operation in the event of a fire. The NEC specifies the types of fire protection equipment that are permitted in wet locations. Communication equipment used in wet locations must be designed to withstand exposure to water and other liquids. Equipment must be made of corrosion-resistant materials and must be equipped with controls and safety devices to ensure proper operation. The NEC specifies the types of communication equipment that are permitted in wet locations. It is important to regularly inspect electrical equipment in wet locations to ensure that it is in good condition and that it is operating properly. Inspections should include checking for signs of water damage, corrosion, and other problems. Any problems that are found should be corrected immediately. Regular maintenance of electrical equipment in wet locations is essential to ensure that it continues to operate safely and reliably. Maintenance should include cleaning equipment, lubricating moving parts, and replacing worn or damaged parts. All electrical work in wet locations should be performed by a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the training and experience necessary to install and maintain electrical equipment safely and properly. It is important to use appropriate personal protective equipment, also known as PPE, when working on electrical equipment in wet locations. PPE may include rubber gloves, safety glasses, and other protective gear. Rubber gloves protect against electrical shock. Safety glasses protect the eyes from flying debris. It is important to follow safe work practices when working on electrical equipment in wet locations. Safe work practices include energizing circuits before working on them, using lockout/tagout procedures, and avoiding contact with water while working on electrical equipment. Lockout/tagout procedures are used to ensure that circuits are de-energized before work is performed. These procedures involve locking out the circuit breaker and tagging it to indicate that work is being performed on the circuit. It is important to be aware of the potential hazards associated with working on electrical equipment in wet locations. These hazards include electrical shock, fire, and explosion. By following safe work practices and using appropriate PPE, these hazards can be minimized. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes for specific requirements related to electrical installations in wet locations. Ignoring these codes can lead to unsafe conditions and potential hazards.